My name's Chris Jones, and I work for PPG Industries. My coming out to my friends and my family, initially, one of the first people that I ever told was one of my fraternity brothers. And at the time, my family didn't even know. And it took a long time for me to tell my family, and when I did, it was somewhat strange. My mother was really apprehensive about it, really couldn't understand it, and my father was the exact opposite. He could care less. And me personally, I would have thought it would have been the exact reverse. Having someone else to talk to while I went through that journey was really good, because if I had a question, I knew I could pick up the phone and call somebody. And having that support structure, I think, is really, really important. I grew up in a small town in the middle of nowhere, Alabama, and you didn't know gay people growing up. There were none. If you had questions, there was no one to ask. And I think it's important that all of us as part of the community do what we can to help share our stories for those who may be in the same situation. And it's one of those things, you try and kind of hide who you are for a long time. You refer to people as roommates or friends rather than partners or spouses, and you try and hide that as much as you can. And some people where I've worked at didn't really agree with it or didn't understand what it was about, and they had this sense of apprehension once they knew. After talking to them and them getting to know some of the other people at work who they'd worked with for years but never knew that they were gay, the apprehension level sank. Right now, we're kind of in a transition stage. We just formed an LGBT council 2 years ago. This is my first year on it. And especially in the small town where I work, with about 35 other people, there's no other gay or lesbian person in the office. And we're an older manufacturing company, so getting us to change our way of thinking is difficult, because there's been a culture around for 130 years, and we're trying to chip away at that. A lot of what we're trying to do in order to gain some success is working with other diversity councils, becoming more proactive and not just saying, okay, we're here. It's what can we do to make life better for everyone else? And you talk to one person at a time, and suddenly they may realize, well, he's not the only one in the company that's gay. I know maybe 2 or 3 others that I just never thought about. The support structure at work, I really didn't come out at work until maybe 2.5 years ago. And it was because I had met other people at work, and I knew that if I had an issue, I could pick up the phone and call them for support and backup, and a sounding board to say, hey, I'm having this issue, how should I handle it? We have some diversity training that's put out by HR. It's more broad-based, not just geared towards LGBT issues, but slowly but surely, we're trying to adopt some new training materials, especially for managers, so they realize some of the issues that their employees may face because they're LGBT. Well, this is my first time at the summit, and the other lady who's here with me from the company, she had come last year, and it's I don't want to say liberating, but it's nice to be around a bunch of people who are like you and that you can openly discuss problems, issues, ideas that you may have and find out what's worked for them.